The W Show right back here live on Radio Row. We've been having fun all day long. Look, we've had a lot of guests come through. This is another guy that you guys will know, the real coach JB, Jason Brown, man, 2017 Jayhawk Coach of the Year, man, on Last Chance U. What's happening, sir? How you doing?
Good, man. How you guys doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Thanks for joining us on today's show.
Yeah, anytime. Yeah.
Now you here at Radio Row. What exactly are you pushing today?
Nothing. I don't even know why I'm here.
Just hanging out.
I just came to chill with Pat McAfee and his boys, his crew, man. And Believe brought me up here, man, to talk to the people. So I live about 50 minutes east of here, so traffic is crazy here.
Yeah, you're real close. You I had to watch the show. You're from Bay Area, right?
No,
or LA.
Compton.
Yeah. That's right. Okay. I told him Bay Area. I was off.
That's a no.
No, definitely. We can get to the food real quick. I know he might know some food spots. So you got any food spots you could recommend? Outside of Roscoe's, we went to Roscoe's, we went to Orleans in New York.
I was gonna say this.
You want to go to
Soul Food? So Bertha's.
That doesn't sound like something. That sounds like
Right.
she got the elbow.
So, put it this way: it's open 7 days a week, but they close it down on Wednesdays for a reason. So that's Michael Jackson. And they shut it down. Every Wednesday, Michael Jackson. Yeah, it's real deal. You get a napkin roll on your table. So it's real deal. Yeah, it's real social. But it's in the hood. It's by Jackie Robinson Park. Just Google that. Now, from what I heard, my boy told me it burned down about 3 years ago, and they lost their pots and pans. You know,
that's where all the flavor is.
You get new pots and pans, and it changes it up a little. They still, but it's back. They say so. It's back to normal. But that's by far that's the best in the country.
Yeah, and then on the show, you always rode around listening to music. I know you got too short. What you listening to right now?
Oh man, everything. 40. You know, I love
40 water. Yeah.
But just anything, man. I grew up West Coast gangster rap, obviously, but I grew up as a lover of the art. So you got lyrics. I'm a lyricist guy. I want to get lyrics. I don't care. But see, East Coast tracks back in the day were always like to us were like black.
Yeah.
They were all 808 knock, just snare and a drum, and so but I grew up like Nas, an AZ. See a lot of guys AZ artists, all of them. But I grew up the OG cats like that, Big Daddy, so rap started in the East Coast. But then we took it to White Tee and Khaki, made it West Coast gangster vibe with the art, that track, that West Coast beat and flavor. And so then I became, so I always loved that. And then really growing up with that guy, actually, literally growing up in rock, besides Dre and Cube. They got
let it be known. Let it be known.
But so I got appreciation for everything. Yeah, it depends on I don't care what you're doing good stuff. But I got everything.
Yeah,
I
was gonna say I feel like AZ has something out like recently.
He just got a new. AZ got a new album out.
Yeah, okay, it was an album.
He got a new album out.
Now, speaking of good stuff, I was a fan of Last Chance U. Give us a little bit of insight about that and your experiences with Last Chance U.
Shoot, I still haven't watched it. So I just can't do it. I won't watch it. I have no interest. But I turned them down when they called me. I was in a staff meeting. They called. I didn't know about the other show. I didn't watch it, the Mississippi one. I didn't know about it, but my staff obviously all knew it. Everybody knew it was already getting big, I think. And I was like, I ain't watching it. I said, so I got pissed. I'm like, how the hell are you watching that? We here 18 hours a day.
You got work to do.
Yeah, so I made a joke of it, but that's for real. But I was like, I don't want nothing to do with it. I just hung up. I'm like, I'm gonna meet a lady, good friend now, Chelsea. She's one of the production ladies. But I I walked in, I told the staff, yeah, last chance you call. Who's that? And they're, they all, that's the biggest show in Memphis. I'm like, what? I don't want to be on that stuff. And it never, to answer your question though, the camera never was a worry about it. It was the microphone. That's always what I was. Because I was different. And I'm there for the kids. I don't care about none of that.
Thanks.
See, the last year we were on the show that we lost. So I took the job without the show. They were the worst show. I think we went 6-5. The B team had never beat them. Next year we won it all on the show. The next year we had probably more talent and went 2-8. So I try to tell people all the time that coaching is very overrated. Players win games, coaches lose. And I blame myself, but at the same time, see the last show after I don't know where it was, California, Northern California. They had a horrible year on the show. The year before, he won the California State title. See, they don't talk about that. I'm the more popular coach apparently, so I get bashed every time. Your last year was horrible. You're horrible.
Right.
And I'm like, you do know that coach on that show won it all year off camera and on camera, 2-8, like or whatever he was. I don't know what he was, 3-7. And I told him, I said, so I went home and talked to some mentors of mine, Pete Carroll, different coaches and friends. And I slept on it and I thought about it. I'm like, who am I to deprive mostly a black staff, 99% black players? Who am I to deprive them of an opportunity to showcase themselves and get maybe a deal, some type of deal? Who knows? Nowadays, if NIL was out, I bet you my players would have NIL. But so I thought about it. I came in, man, and they had left a bunch of voicemails. I called them back. I said, yeah, if you want to come down, come talk to me. So they came down and I'm not here to boast or nothing, man. I don't lie or nothing.
It's your story.
I just tell you the truth. There's no football because I'm not. Last chance you don't do football. Yeah, that's been told to me by So they did the one show after me, and just so you know the true story, they reached out to Compton College, where I'm from, where I coach, where I play, and said, if you would hire him, we'll film another season. The president was like, well, we don't get along. It was there when we grew up together, actually. We used to beat him up growing up. And now he's the president, so he's a whitewashed brother. But anyway, he told him a day later, oh no, we got the coach of the year. By the way, the coach of the year was a brother. He got voted coach of the year because he was a brother, unfortunately. But he went 0-10, got beat 96-0 twice. But he's coach of the year.
This was after coach of the year? Or that was the year?
The year that he got coach of the year.
Okay.
So they were like, hey, if you're making a coaching move, maybe back home. The field's named after my uncle at the stadium at Compton College. Yeah. But anyway, he said, no, whatever. I knew it. But then they filmed Laney, and then they stopped filming basketball.
Yeah,
I
started basketball, but I didn't finish that one. And I can understand. I mean, just even you, just as brash as you are, and I feel like you just kept it too real for the series, and that was
apparently the old coach at Mississippi. We don't get along in the streets. We didn't get along in recruiting. Buddies, whatever.
Yeah, buddies. Yeah.
Racist. Anyway, me and him didn't get along, but apparently he flipped the script, I guess, on the second season of this show. Yeah. Apparently he was this guy, and then the next year he was a pastor, and they said all kinds of stuff. So when I heard all that, I'm like, you think I'm flipping the script? No, you don't film me. Don't film us again, because I'm going to be the same cat I was.
Yeah.
I had to tell him that after year one of my show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they were asking, like, not telling me to change, but the producer of the show, Greg Whiteley, good dude, he doesn't work for Netflix. He owns his own professional company and sells them. But he has a lot of shows, Cheer, basketball, a lot of success on Netflix. Filmed Mitt Romney's story and followed him. But he said in his whole career, he's like, I'm the most unfiltered human he's ever filmed. Yeah. So clips came out. Me and my boss, female athletic director, who's the head of high school education of athletics in all the high schools. We got ahead of it PR-wise. We wanted to see some clips of it. And the first clips they sent us, it looks like I'm just cussing Dave's out of Walmart. You know? And I'm just like, I call him, I'm like, dude, I thought you said you made me look good. He's like, JB, you got to watch from episode 5 on or whatever. I'm like, I'm working. This is because the season don't drop till July. We're already gone a whole year of the new year. So we're in camp. We're already going. I didn't get to watch nothing. I woke up after the season aired, and I got like 100,000 followers on Instagram. I'm like, what is it? And so my thing's just going off. People binge watch. I guess it was the most watched binge watch show of all time on Netflix.
I watched it probably.
And so it was the most watched show on Netflix before the data I got before Tiger King. My 2 seasons.
Yeah, Tiger King.
Then it was The Last Dance. Now I think it's Ozark. I get all this data. So every week they still send me craziness. Like, I don't know if you know this, but to answer your question, so the show came out. The first 4 episodes when it came out, all this war is going on. We're in a town of 8.
Nothing.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah. So there's Independence, Missouri.
Of course,
that's
right around the corner.
Yeah, that's KC. So I used to live in KC. I was a chief, so I know the whole area. But we're, down in Kansas. I never heard of it either. So obviously the buzz and everything, because everyone's watching it. National news is in town. They're trying to talk to me. I'm like, dude, I'm coaching. I don't know. Then you get the influx of just randoms walking up. Like, we got cats from New York that drove there, knocking on my office. I'm literally got lines of hundreds of people knocking at the door. We're working. Parents like, Coach, we're here to play. Like, I said, I recruit my players. We don't take walk-ups. This ain't the old independent JUCO. This ain't the normal JUCO. We recruit our kids. We give you scholarships. They're like, well, we drove from New York. I said, I'm sorry. Nobody told me to drive here. They drive back. Well, that's why we went to it. We all realized we not only had boys there trying to play, so we ended up adding 200 boys to the door. So it's politics. The school wouldn't turn down $200. So guess who has to do it? Not per se physically, because I didn't take any of the kids. But now they're cancers and they're all bad kids. They didn't come. If they play, they wouldn't be, or they would have been recruited. Well, you get 150 girls that come too, because they want to be on camera with these other. Now you got straight
everything.
You want to see? If you see the unedited stuff, that's what I'm trying to get right now.
I'm trying to get your hands on that.
I'm trying to get that before I shoot Netflix.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Because I can't get a job. They don't hire me. Nobody's gonna hire me. They just scared. Especially Netflix now, how they depicted me. I got lawyers, man. They want to sue Netflix. I got all kinds of drama.
Did you have any parents that were for, like, all right, he's doing good by my kids? Really good.
Yeah. I told the parents when they came, they dropped their kid off. I talked to them that time. I had like 400 people in my house. Because I'd bring in about 200 kids at the recruiting cycle. And I said, 90% of you won't make it. And I tell the parents straight up, you understand, this is the last time I'll ever speak to you. These aren't kids, they're not boys, they're men. But they will be, or they'll be back with you being a boy. The jail, the stereotypes. So we had a kid now who's going to get drafted this year, top 10, Lane Johnson. He shows up, he says his name is like a nickname. I didn't know. I recruited the heck out of him. I knew him. Like, I was the one that recruited him. But he comes and says his name. I'm like, your name's Lane Johnson. And I went on. And then my white lady. And all the parents were like, recruiting is over. Recruiting's over. Like, you're here. The problem is we don't have no coaches no more doing that. They all put some blood, so they won't transfer from different board. In theory, though, they still and you just wasted
your time, his time, all kinds resources. You just wasted all of that. So
we love you. Ain't got no dignity, dog. You just kissed their butt and did whatever else you did, and they still left you. I'll be damned.
You're not coaching now, but you are with the Lead Podcast Network. Talk about this podcast you have.
Yeah, I don't think I can say the name of my podcast, but yeah, it's growing, man. You know, I think with one of the bigger ones on the network, it's getting out there. That McAfee show helped grow it, obviously.
Yeah.
I think I've hit over 200 episodes on it. And I didn't want to do podcasts at all. I just never, I'd rather interview with you than interview. I don't bring guests on.
Yeah.
I've had Marshall Falk, I've had buddies of mine on there. Marcellus Wiley, we grew up together. George, different folks that I'm cool with, but other than that, I don't want to research you. I don't want to waste my time talking to you. You're not as real as me, so it's not going to be a good conversation.
Yeah.
And I can see that just butting head, like I don't want to do it, so I stopped. And I just do my own thing, talk about it.
And you can tell when somebody's genuine. Like I shook your hand and just like, yeah, we good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Real recognize real, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Real recognize real.
Let's talk about Sunday. Who you got?
Well, I'm the only one, I think, in the world. I was on ESPN. I was on my own show. I'm on record. I picked the Bengals to play the Rams in the Super Bowl 8 months ago.
Oh, word?
I'm the only one about I picked the Rams to win the Super Bowl 8 months ago. I picked the Bengals to play them just for the fact that I think Burrow and his kids are just in the park balling like
yeah, confidence is sky high.
They just in the street. They don't have nothing to lose. They weren't supposed to be there. I think Burrow and Chase, I knew coming to college, they already played together. I'm like, dude, this is a problem.
Yeah.
And people don't realize this dude, I know quarterback play. I've never really missed on QB ever. I got 3 in the league. I got 27 in the league playing for all positions. But I'm like, dude, I never missed the cues. This guy is great. And I'm like, that's what he is to me. But he's more athletic, more swag. And so, you know, I think, so I just said, man, this dude's a problem. Now I think they're going to get liberated Sunday. Because of the fact that they haven't played a D line. They played a couple of good D lines. You know, Tennessee sacked 9 times, all this old stuff. But he didn't care about that because he knew he could still get the ball out quick the very next play for another 20-yard gain and then get sacked again and get it out again. You can't do that. You're going to get blitzed without pressure. You're going to get blitzed by the front four, I'm saying.
And a good point.
And they have the best secondary. So now you're going to put Ramsey on Chase and let that happen, whatever happens. But now you can double Higgins, you can double Boyd. They don't have a tight end. He's hurt. I don't think he's going to play.
Yeah, the tight end's right.
Mixon ain't going to run the ball on them like he has been. So now I think Burrow's going to look as rookie-ish as you've seen all year. You know, so that's just my prediction. That's what I called it 8 months ago. I just think the Rams D-line, in high school, college, or NFL, D-line and DBs is what wins you over. Linebackers will be more average. Yeah. Ray Lewis didn't run Super Bowl by anything. So.
Not at all.
He'll tell you that right now. They had a guy named Tony Zaragoza and Sam Adams. They ate up the middle and left you alone, and now you can see the run and lift the gap. I just think the Bengals have to face a team that has this D-line and secondary play. So now you present problems the Bengals have. Kansas City secondary. So, you know, you're not problems. I think the first half will be good. I think whoever can get off the field on third down, whoever can sustain drives on third down, obviously that's the recipe for any success. But I think we're going to find that out early. And I think it'll take a quarter for them to fill everyone with all the phones, pitchers, and everybody, all the hype. They'll all be nervous. They're still 25-year-old kids. Stafford's older, obviously, so I think he'll have a little more success early. Now, Burrow just comes out there and proves everyone and says, I'm just this dude.
Yeah. And I want to see him do that. But how do you feel about Stafford in the offense on the other side?
Man, I got one of my best friends in the world is wide out coach. So there you go. If they don't get past happy on first, second, third down, and if they go past happy, then the Bengals will get the game because the pass rush of the Bengals is their strong suit. Not the run stop, but the pass rush. Those two DNs will get after it. And I think the Rams will have issues if they don't control the tempo. So they're going to have to move and waggle, go quick game. I think they'll take a couple shots at it. And I think OBJ gets loose because I think they're going to try to eliminate Cooper.
Yeah.
Everyone tries.
Yeah. Can't do it.
They can't. That white boy right there, guys. You can say what you want, but why does he keep getting open? Every even in the playoff games, you've seen this for a long time. You've seen different cats struggle. Like when they get to the playoffs, okay, Cooper ripped it all year, but then he only had 2 catches. This guy's still having 10, 11 catches every game. Like I'm sure defensive coordinators know who he is, but I don't know. I think OBJ though is going to get loose on this one because I think he's the X factor. I think they're going to try to do some stuff to Cooper. Cincinnati don't pressure. They don't blitz. So the Stafford's, in my opinion, Stafford's issues is just like Brady's. When you can get to him before and play coverage, that hurts quarterbacks that can get it out quick. That hurts Brady. That's why Brady can't beat the Saints. That's what they do. Can't beat the Rams. That's what they do. And if you think about his Super Bowl losses, that's what they did. They never pressured him. Giants didn't blitz him one time in that game. And they played coverage with the best 4 D linemen in football that year. Strahan and them, Tuck, and look at it. And so that's just Brady's deal and Stafford's deal. We'll see how the Bengals. But I think the Rams that's the most talented team in football. I think they've added here. I think it's took them a little bit here.
Spent a little money, but yeah.
Oh, they all in.
Yeah.
They said we're all in. We show our cards, though. Because I mean, why not? If you got the money. Got the money, look where they at. We here in LA, dog. We got the money.
Yeah. So how does it feel to have this Super Bowl at home, the home team, and all that? Like,
I hate it.
You hate it? I love it.
There was like something on social media, like Inglewood. Don't trust Inglewood. It really ain't what you think.
Oh man, it's gonna be. Man, we riot if we win in Stanley Cup. Think about it. We riot. We flipping over cop cards, dog. We win a hockey.
Yeah, they
what
said
you
it was
think gonna happen?
burn.
What do you think gonna happen here if the Rams win?
Yeah,
or lose. It don't matter, win or lose. That's the problem. It's already a wrap.
Yeah.
They're gonna have problems, dog. Win or lose. You just saw they just caught the dude that beat the hell out of the 49ers.
Yeah,
they almost killed him. I think he's in coma. I don't know. But that happens every time the Dodgers play the Giants in baseball. That happens if the Niners play the Rams Raiders, Rams Niners game when I was growing up. We were strapped.
It's a bloodbath, man.
We were strapped in the parking lot. That's real stuff. That is what we grew up in, though. That was real. Like it wasn't no game. And it's still that way because now there's just a younger generation who's even softer than ever, and now they don't want to fight.
Right.
So now they shooting from across the street.
From go. Yeah. And so
crazy.
So where you gonna be watching the game? How you normally?
Man, I'm so busy, man. I'm headed out of here. I'm going to Vegas to speak. Then I'm smashing in Phoenix for the Phoenix Open PGA.
I'm just saying
PGA for the Phoenix Open. Before Pat Perez went off, we finished 2 top 6s in a row. So I've been following him around the last few weeks. Great family, good dude. He's the only one sponsored by Jordan. Perez. So he's a PGA golfer. He's OG. Me and him came up together, and then Tiger Woods also. So he's not a huge name because he's never really won a lot.
Right.
But he's made $50 million on it, and then he probably made another $200 million with Jordan and all that other stuff. You see it. Now go on YouTube, look at Pat Perez and Jordan. You've never seen nothing like it.
I've checked him out.
These are the shit guys over here.
Go look at Pat Perez on YouTube. Look at his house.
Yeah,
But,
he has some those exclusive golf J's. Like I've been looking like.
He's only one. He's only. Him and MJ talk once a week.
Yeah, they love him some golf.
Jordan loves him. Jordan likes stuff people don't talk about, but Jordan pick and choose. He's like a certain minority cat. Bubba Wallace, if you call that minority. He grew up in San Diego, but he has Hispanic, so But Jordan picked him. He cared about winning every match. He was more of a different boy.
Right.
I don't think Jordan. You can't call Jordan dumb.
Okay.
I don't think you call any billionaire dumb. I don't care what you say. He could be ignorant.
All right, that was the real Coach JB. We appreciate you, sir. Thanks for hanging out with us, man.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back later with more guests. This is the W Show live from Radio Row in Los Angeles.